Hey, what's up, guys? Another week of training here. So here started the week out with 235 for two singles. And again, I was in a rush to make it to Costco, so I did the two singles and I left. But anyways, the following day I did 530 for six singles. This is single number six, and actually I had a good PR afterwards with the conventional deadlift, so 385 for five reps. But that's definitely redlining. It's very difficult. But anyways, this day I actually forgot my sleeves, so I had to play it very conservative with squats, so 325 for some doubles, and did some volume with 225 and 275. And anyways, after I worked up to 235 for one, and then I dropped it down for a 205 for a 4x4 on the bench. So the following day, I worked up to 365 for one, and then dropped it back down to 325 for three sets of six, and then a volume set with 275 for 10 reps. And afterwards, worked up to 240 for one, which is good. I mean, keep in mind that my raw PR is technically 110 kilos or 242 pounds. So again, this is good. Always good to hit that 240. So this deadlift day was kind of funny because the bar on the left side on my supinated hand, it kept rolling away from me, so it was getting pretty frustrating, but I was still able to muscle them up. And again, the form isn't that great. The back's somewhat rounded. So I actually wedged a paper towel, a folded paper towel underneath the left side, but it still wasn't really rectifying the problem. So what I did on the very last rep, or the very last set, was to actually wedge the paper towel and the deadlift helper, the dead wedge on the other side, so that kept it completely still. So you see that, but again, form wasn't great, and again, back was pretty back intensive, those deadlifts. But anyways, next day worked up to 240 for one, and then I dropped it down for 210 for 3x3, and I don't go too hard because obviously I have to do the equip bench the next day. And this gentleman here, his name's Kevin, he's a Marine. He was very nice and spotted for the majority of my sets here. And this was actually a very good benching day because I did 325 for five singles after this single here, which was a touch with 319. And keep in mind, my best bench was back in September, where I hit the 10 times bodyweight total, which was 147.5, which is this weight here. So here, again, the touch was pretty decent. The head probably came off the bench a little bit, but just have to keep that in mind for the meet, obviously. And I did learn my lesson from the past nationals that I shouldn't be quote-unquote opening with a shirt. Again, it's highly risky. You just don't know what's going to happen because there's so many little infractions that can cause me to bomb. So the last meet I did bomb was for squat depth, but again, that usually doesn't happen to me. But in the future, I will tend to gravitate toward opening raw just so I get a bench in and it doesn't nullify a PR squat if I do hit a PR squat on that particular meet or that particular day. So this is the last single. This is single number 5, and again, fairly solid. And I was happy with the session. It was a great session. But anyways, thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned for next week.